Hey guys, Melee here. I wanted to make a quick video going over a 1-minute rotation clip for Mythic Plus with some commentary. Before I play the clip, I want to go over a few things to take note of, and I want to go over the opener. So the opener is always the same, Judgment/Blade into your on-use trinket if you're using one, followed by Hammer/Potion if your potion's up. Into Execution Sentence, then Wake, then Hammer, then Divine Toll, then Hammer, back into Judgment to keep those sanctification stacks up. This opener never changes. So when your Divine Hammer is on cooldown, you just take it out of the picture. When your Divine Toll is on cooldown, you just take it out of the picture. Obviously, right here, instead of Divine Toll, you are going to have to build those 5 stacks back up before you press your second Hammer. But just keep that in mind for right now. I want to go over my UI real quick and how to keep track of what I'm talking about in the video. This number right here represents my Light's Deliverance stacks. At 50, I get a free Hammer of Light.
Catch antenna.
This right here represents Shake the Heavens and how much time I have left on it. The percentage at the bottom is keeping track of my sanctification stacks and telling me how much of a percentage damage increase I am getting from my Empyrean hammers. This orange bar right here represents when my Blessing of Dawn is active. That tells me my next Holy Power spending ability deals 20% additional increased damage and healing. This is Expurgation. I don't go over it in the clip at all, because if you pay attention to it, you will notice that as I am just doing the rotation normally, this never falls off. It's not something that you should have to track if you're doing the rotation properly, because it never falls off. If it does fall off, it goes right back on within a few seconds. It is something that you guys can keep track of, but I don't go over it too thoroughly in this video. With that being said, I'll just go over what Expurgation is and what it does real quick, since I don't talk about it in the clip. Your initial Blade of Justice places Expurgation on your main target, and the Holy Flames talent here, it makes it so your Divine Storm spreads Expurgation to up to 4 targets, which makes them take 5% increased holy damage. Alright, so let's jump right into the rotation. After you send your opening cooldowns, you want to send Judgment almost always on cooldown to keep up your sanctification stacks. A lot of players have been telling me that they try and build 5 holy power before using any spenders. I don't do that. I use my spenders as soon as I can, and I build them back up just as quick. You really have to account for the free holy power that you get from your auto attacks and the passive holy power that you get after you send Divine Toll. So outside of cooldowns, it's really just build, spend, while trying not to overcap your holy power, always sending Judgment on cooldown, and then using Blade of Justice to build as needed. I only use Hammer of Wrath as a filler, and that's when I have nothing else to press, which I give an example of in this clip. You really only stray away from this rotation when your 30-second cooldowns come back up, which ideally you send immediately to keep all your cooldowns, including Divine Hammer and Divine Toll, in sync once they come back up again. So that can be very situational, depending on if like the mobs you're killing are going to die soon and your 30-second cooldowns won't be back up going into the next pack. So now that I've explained that a little bit, let's get right into the clip. Alright guys, keep in mind here I'm going in with 49 stacks of Light's Deliverance. It's going to give me 3 Hammers of Light in this opener. Alright guys, so you saw me use the first 2 Hammers of Light right there. Watch me save this third one for when my Blessing of Dawn comes back up and that orange bar activates again. And right here, the orange bar means Blessing of Dawn is active, giving me 20% additional increased damage on my next Holy Power spender, so I was able to fit in my last Hammer of Light with Blessing of Dawn active and all within my execution sentence window. Now notice here, I get another free Hammer of Light, and instead of sending it right away, I wait for Blessing of Dawn to become active again before I send it.
Catch antenna.
So right here I have 50 stacks of Light's Deliverance and my 30-second cooldowns are coming back up. This means I know I'll be able to fit another 3 Hammers of Light into the same execution sentence window, and instead of waiting for Blessing of Dawn here, I need to send my 30-second cooldowns as soon as they come up to maximize the damage and make sure my cooldowns don't desync from each other. And you should notice if you watch closely, I don't have Divine Toll here to build my Holy Power back up instantly, so I send all 3 hammers into the target as fast as I can to ensure all 3 hammers are within the execution sentence window without worrying about the Blessing of Dawn buff. And once again, I get a free Hammer of Light. I check Shake the Heavens to make sure it's not going to fall off anytime soon, and when I see Blessing of Dawn, I send the hammer. And right here is an example of when I finally use Hammer of Wrath as a builder. I used my last spender, Judgment is on cooldown, Blade is on cooldown, and I don't have enough Holy Power for a spender. So I throw a Hammer of Wrath to build Holy Power as nothing more than a filler. Could I have waited for Judgment to come back or my cooldowns to come up? Yes, but my mind thinks fast, and this is an example of in-the-moment fast decision making. Alright, so now I'm going to play the rotation again with live commentary focusing solely on sending Judgments almost always on cooldown to keep up my Sanctification stacks, which increases the damage of Empyrean Hammer by 10% for every stack. So we're going to walk in and do our rotation like normal, and after the rotation's over, you want to send your Judgment again just to keep the Sanctification stacks as high as you can for as long as you can. Breeze. As soon as we cast Divine Toll, you'll see our Sanctification stacks go up by 5. The 5 Judgments sent by using Divine Toll increase your stacks immediately, greatly increasing Empyrean Hammer damage. Divine Toll here, as you can see, buffed our Sanctification. Right now it's at 70%. Judgment, keep it at 80. It is going to slowly drop, but with your Divine Toll, you are going to passively throw out Judgments every 5 seconds, which do count towards your Sanctification stacks passively. So you want to keep that number as high as you can for as long as you can, which is why you want to keep sending Judgment on cooldown here. Depending on the procs and the rotation, sometimes you're not always going to be able to send it on cooldown and you prioritize other abilities, like Hammer of Light. But you do want to send it on cooldown. Now that Divine Toll is over, we want to keep it at 20% as much as we can here. So you'll see that we're at 2 stacks, 20%. We're going to start sending Judgment as much as we can to keep it at 20%. That's as high as you can keep it without using Divine Toll. Alright guys, so one last thing that I didn't mention in the clip that I wanted to go over. Divine Hammer. Once you use it, it starts ticking the mobs. Those ticks will actually count towards your Light's Deliverance stacks. It's going to help you build more Hammers of Light faster. So it is definitely something a lot of people probably don't know, but that is why your hammers are very good in those big cooldown windows. So with that being said, I hope this rotation guide helps some of you. If you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to leave a comment below, join the Discord, or say hi on Twitch, and I'd be more than happy to answer them for you. If you guys haven't already, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It'll really help me gather more time to make stuff like this for you more often. So, thank you very much, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.